Coming up on Rucker's Reno, Southern hospitality takes center stage when a Victorian ballroom gets a modern makeover. And I spend time with my new neighbors enjoying Charleston's famous sweet tea, along with some really beautiful and unique accessories. Hey y'all, I'm Darius Rucker and I invite you to join me on a very special project. I'm renovating my historical home in my favorite city in the world, Charleston, South Carolina. I take great pride in being your private guide through this bustling, vibrant city. While phases of construction are being completed, we'll be exploring Charleston and experiencing just a few of the amazing people, places, and things that make me truly love this city. Grab a seat or a hammer and come on into Rucker's Reno. All right, this is the living room. The living room, for me, I wanted to be the center of the house where their entertainment is, where, when people come over, this is where we want to be. Southern hospitality is the ultimate hospitality. When somebody comes over your house, you want them to feel like they're at home. You want them to feel like they're there to stay. It's like, you want them to feel as welcome as you feel in your own home. And that's one of the reasons that this room is so important to me, because it's the room that people are gonna be hanging out in. It's the room you're gonna be watching TV or listening to music or entertaining. And I want as much history as we can, but I also want it to be super modern enough to where it's just a great place to live. I just think everything about this room is amazing. The ceiling, the molding on the ceiling is awesome.
This is the old ballroom, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And these floors are probably not original, but we could do something with that.
Yeah, for sure.
And this was an addition, not part of the original house.
This fireplace, what are we thinking about that? Are we
It's
gonna keep
beautiful.
it?
I love the detailing. I'm not sure about the top, but we'll see.
So it's kind of interesting to see.
And the shape of the room itself.
Oh, that's what I love.
Right?
It's
Makes it
round.
super
It feels different than any other.
It's special.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Over here, the doors and the windows that are going to look out to the pool and the cabana and the yard.
But if this is your living room, where you want a TV in here?
I'd like a TV in there. Maybe it's going to where you wanted to put the couch.
Right.
If we're going to knock that off the top, you can put it there. If not, that wall.
Well, if we want to go bigger, we can always go there.
Yeah.
And just
And where would you put the couch there? Just right there in the middle?
Right, because the room's pretty narrow.
Yeah.
So we'll have to play with it, but that might be the spot, yeah.
Yeah, circulation challenge.
Right,
Yeah.
except
Maybe another sitting area up here.
So what do you guys think about this room?
Well, this is probably going to be the main entry, that you use it every day.
Oh yeah,
day to
I see what
day.
you're saying,
right.
because the parking lot's right there. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
How often do we go through our front doors?
Yeah, not very often at all.
So we could put a stone floor in here. This could be the mud room, and this looks like it's perfect to do a powder room back here.
Yeah, what's a powder room?
Powder rooms, we say a lot, they're like the jewel boxes of the house, with these little tiny spaces that you can detail in a really cool way. So when guests are going to use it, they're like, it's this unexpected spot.
Oh yeah.
So we do cool lighting, wall covering, tile to make it dramatic.
So it is like a little jewel.
Yeah,
Oh, I love it. You can do all that with this small space.
for sure. That's the best part about it. It's unexpected.
Yeah. And you'll have storage in the mudroom area, kind of.
Right. So when you're that really is for the function of the house.
Okay.
You're coming in, you're dropping your things, and then you're going on to the rest of the space.
That's the one thing about, for me, being in here is what we talk about. I can vision it, I can see it, and I'm not that kind of guy, but with this house, for some reason, just everything, I get it.
Can't wait to start drawing it up.
I can't wait to start seeing it.
All right, so the living room, it's a great space. It's got some challenges, just like the rest of this house, where we're in a floodplain, so the mechanical system is gonna have to be right underneath the floor. All the ductwork is gonna have to be carefully installed, just making sure that all of the architectural elements are kept intact and that the design going forward really complements this space.
Yes, I agree. I mean, from an interior design standpoint, the molding and all of the interior, existing interior woodwork that's in the room is beautiful. But there is a challenge because this room was not used for these various seating areas. So it's kind of faking the center points, integrating the fireplace, and having this room be used for a large amount of people, also to be cozy enough for just a couple people. Obviously, the mudroom has to work well with the rest of the house, especially if this is the main point of entry. So I think integrating storage in this room, doing some millwork in here. In regards to the powder room, I think having some wood paneling in there would be really beautiful, and maybe even bringing in the stone floor that's in the mudroom would be a really pretty transition.
With the design and architecture plans ready to go, we can finally begin a renovation process. Before we begin, it's helpful to take a moment to learn about what went into creating the foundations of this home, and more importantly, why.
So one of the things that's unique about Charleston is the single house, and a single house is a house that's only one room wide to allow the air to come through the house when it's this hot. But they're also known for their piazzas, which you can see on the side of the house. These are typically going to be on the south side or the west side. They provide shading for the late day sun. They also act to catch the predominant breezes and pull them through the house. So it's a very strong Charleston vernacular that you really don't see elsewhere. So this room was part of the Victorian addition. We don't know exactly what it would have been used for, but by looking at the space, I'm sure it was an entertaining space. So you can see it has this really dramatic, sort of rounded end of the room, and all of the woodwork and all of the plasterwork on the ceiling really sort of matches this period. So this clearly was an entertaining space. And as part of the renovation, this will become a living room. So again, it will retain its position as a very public space in the house. What's interesting, you can see again, the details are very different in this room than in the original rooms because this is much more Victorian. So you can see these almost bullseye motifs under the windows. So this room, we believe, would have been added during the 1890s, during the Victorian upgrades to the house. So again, it's most likely that this would have been added for an owner to want more of a public space to entertain guests. So as you can see, there was a mirror above this mantel that's been removed during construction, but when we're looking at this mantel, it's very different than the mantels that we saw in the earlier periods. Again, very clear evidence that this is a Victorian piece of woodwork. Much more subtle, but much heavier detail. So it doesn't have all of the light, fancy stuff that you see in the old rooms, but it has this very heavy detail to it.
While construction is underway, John and Betsy head to Furnitureland South to choose furniture for the living room. No easy feat giving its unique shape.
This would be good for the living room. I love it has this more the ceramic kind of natural feel. And then I've used this before. I think this would be great as a side table option. I love this table. This would work in the living room, but the scale's just too big.
We have a
It's beautiful.
million square feet, so we'll find
We'll keep
something
going.
else. Long.
95. I think I needed 96.
Could that work in the living room?
Yes, let's see. Yes, I needed 96.
So it's close enough, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
this
love
is super
doing a
cool.
leather well.
This could very well be the only fabric piece in the leather gallery, and you found it. Good job.
I think this See, this is the scale that we need for the living room.
It's 24 by 58.
I love these. They're really heavy. They're really heavy. But that's why I like them. It's like they will last forever. I love them. I love this coffee table and these side tables. These are all just like really classic forms, but you know, a little bit more modern, which will do well in that house. So yeah, I want all of these.
While furniture is being ordered and shipped, I was invited to check out a new fashion line by some local entrepreneurs who are based right here in Charleston.
How you doing?
Y'all?
How you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
Darius.
Nice to meet you. I'm Nicholas.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, man. This is
Absolutely.
my brother and my partner,
How you doing?
Brendan.
Darius, pleasure.
Yeah.
Good to see you guys. Absolutely, man.
Absolutely.
This
Right on time.
You guys working. I love it, man.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
This stuff is great, man.
Thank you. Yeah, a lot of work goes into this. Everything's, you can see, hand stitched, handmade.
You two guys, you guys do most of the work?
Yeah, and we have another brother, Cameron, that's pretty involved. He's up in Nantucket this summer doing some work for us. And yeah, it's us three. It's my
Oh,
brother.
nice.
Started with actually these oyster shell bow ties is how
Oh, wow.
oyster started. Yeah, check it out, man.
Wow.
So that was the inspiration behind the brand.
Yeah.
And you know, learning how to make bow ties out of oyster shells was, you know, a challenge in and of itself. So we learned to work with leather a lot, and that kind of drove our passion and ambition to keep growing. And
Yeah. Well, how many different things do you guys make?
yeah, we got quite a few products. Wallets. This one's for you.
Thank you very much. I
Yeah.
love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love it.
Yeah, it's alligator with vegetable tanned Italian leather on the inside, so it's good stuff. Should
Well, that's
last
awesome. Thank you.
Probably the rest of your life. And now we've got purses, clutches, belts. We have these new ties called subtle ties, which, you know, the name is kind of in itself. And so you can see in this guy right here, it subtly sits between the collars of the shirt and fills in that negative space to make a really nice,
Absolutely.
almost like fancy bolo.
Oh, I'm gonna buy that purse. Yeah, I love this, man. I don't think I'm gonna buy this one too. I love the feel. I want this tie right here too. Yeah, I want to get that too. Tell me what I owe you. Yeah, man. You guys need to get a store on King Street, man.
Yeah, it's coming soon.
Yeah.
It's coming, hopefully, we think it's about time to open a physical store because seeing this in person is a whole different experience than seeing it online, you know?
Absolutely. Like walking in and seeing it is different than going online and looking at pictures. I mean, every piece is just beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's great to have a company like this in Charleston.
Yeah.
You know, you guys making this art right here in my hometown. You know, I want to be a part of that. I love it.
Awesome, man.
For sure.
Awesome.
I love this. Every time I'm in here,
Me too.
I can't wait. The sound in here is superb.
I love this one.
Right here, you see, this is, I think, how they had it in 1900. You know, so you raised it up. We're able to save the
Okay.
top of that.
Yep.
Notice how it matches, and it's original. And look at how now it all the way around. It's the
Same height, yeah.
same height. And so I think now gives that room the grandness that that it deserves.
Oh, agreed.
There's not going to be a lot left to do in the room except the plaster, and I think you're going to be pleased with that. We got a great plaster guy. You and Betsy have a little bit of a modern thing going on, and it'll be interesting how that that modern look
Goes with the
with the historic. This is my favorite room. by
Yeah, it's
far
my
now.
favorite room too.
You know, I every time I walk in here, love it even more. And then the last thing, I think this custom fixture you picked out for the room, that retro light bulb look.
Oh yeah,
That's permanent.
We're
We're
sticking
not
with
touching-
that?
Yeah, that's a good
really-
look. That's a good look for you.
That's really high class right there.
While construction is still humming at the house, I wanted to learn more about historic living. So I walked next door to the Rutledge House, which is also steeped in history.
Hello, gentlemen.
Good morning.
My name is Lisa. Welcome to the John Rutledge House Inn. Come on in out of the rain.
Well, this is so cool because you get this great grand entryway, which is really typical for houses in Charleston. You know, and these are some of the best houses in the street. You know, we're right across from your house. This house is built by John Rutledge, signer of the Constitution. You know, we know George Washington stayed here. You know, you're probably standing right where George Washington once stood, which, how cool is that? But this house has gone through a lot of change, a lot like your house. So this is a pre-revolutionary house, but it gets updated in the style of the time in the 1850s, whereas your house was updated in the 1880s and 90s. So you get some really interesting detail. This whole thing would have been added in that period to create this sort of vestibule. And it's all about getting light in and creating sort of a spectacular entry. And one of the things that's so cool is you look at the doorknobs, they're practically down below your knee, so you could get these huge panes of glass. You know, so just really fun little details.
This is a living room currently, but originally would have been John Rutledge's den/office. We actually know that the first drafts of the Constitution were written right in this room. I would love to know who was actually here, but yeah.
In the room where it happened?
In the room where it happened.
I love the fireplace over the place, but the work is awesome on these too. I love the fireplace.
We're not moving it.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
No trip to the John Rutledge House Inn would be complete without sweet tea. We actually serve sweet tea to our guests every day, 4:30 to 5:30. Very few miss it. For you.
Thank you very much.
But
awesome.
a great Southern tradition.
It's perfect.
Nothing like Southern hospitality with some sweet tea.
Yeah, it's classic.
This is
classic.
sweet the way it's supposed to be.
Good, 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 good.
I do. I throw some peach in mine. You ever?
Well, you're from Texas. You don't know nothing.
We, welcome lots of guests here. Sweet tea certainly being one of the highlights, but there are many. I think that hospitality here and for my staff is just making people feel like they belong here. They're comfortable. They're one of us. I get lots of comments on how Charleston is the friendliest city people visit, and we really are. You notice that you don't hear people honking. Someone said they had a person roll down the window, yelled out, "You don't have to pay the meter, it's Sunday." Like, it's the little
Well, you know
things.
if they're honking, they're not local.
They're honking, they're from Ohio. Well, sweet tea is the epitome of the South, and thank you very much for the hospitality, and thank you for the sweet tea. That really made my day. Thank you very much.
It was my pleasure. Truly my pleasure. I'm proud to work here. John Rutledge House is a one and only.
Let's deal some more tea. I got some exciting news, and I wanted to surprise the guys from Boisterous with something really special. So I sent my buddies from CDW over to help outfit their new shop with cutting-edge tech to assist with their design, security, and sales.
What I'd like to do is we'll go back, we'll get some gear shipped out to you, and then we'll send out some engineers, and let's get you up and running.
That sounds fair to me.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Yeah.
They were kind enough to install Meraki cameras, HP and Honeywell point-of-sale solutions, and a Samsung interactive display to help with design.
Hey. How you doing?
I'm so well.
Good to meet you, man.
Yeah, it's so good to meet you. Yeah.
Darius, good to see you.
What's up, man?
Good to see you. Absolutely.
Good to
So
see
proud
you.
of y'all, man. This is awesome.
Right on Broad Street.
I love it.
Yeah.
We're rubbing up the road.
Hey, neighbors.
This is
Neighbors.
awesome, man. We are neighbors and everything, man. Y'all been working.
Thank you. And I really also want to thank you for hooking us up with CDW.
I'm glad y'all got together, man. They're great. I love CDW.
Yeah, they're really, really great. They've been super helpful. And we'd love to take you to the back to the design studio and show you what we're working on and how we can implement their technology.
Absolutely, I would love to see it. Let's do this.
Check it out.
Oh, people can check out?
This has been a long time coming. We have worked so hard on this house. My team, the contractors, Neil, and the architects, and now it's finally all coming together, and I just cannot wait for Darius to see them as well.
I never knew what I was meant to do.
So here's our mudroom. This is one room that we actually added to the house.
I never had a silver spoon. I didn't grow up in a castle. I never walked on the moon. I never prayed a Sistine Chapel.
I love this.
We wanted to make this a more modern approach for you. It becomes a drop zone. So you can come in, you can drop all your things.
Yep, I love the floors.
We have these beautiful checkerboard marble floors. I think the mudroom turned out really beautifully. Within the mudroom, we have a small space, which is the powder room.
Oh man, that's cool.
So here we
Cool
are
little powder room.
in our little powder room. With the oak paneling, the beautiful console, sink, the faucet, and the light fixture are all actually from Kohler. And they turned out really beautiful in this space.
Yeah, they are beautiful.
The living room is one of my favorite rooms in the house. Your newly renovated living room.
Oh, I love the light fixture.
You can see there's so much history in this room and just cleaner and more modern furnishings, so this feels, you know, more modern for you.
I hope they say my masterpiece is loving you, yeah, loving you, baby, loving you, darling.
In general, this room is beautiful before we even did anything. The shape of the room, the original molding, the light. We actually had a TV here on this wall.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
And we nixed it.
I'm not against that.
Which is rare, but I'm really excited about it because there's TVs in almost every room in the house, and this now is really a place for conversation and music. This is a herringbone floor, a really elegant pattern, but it's not fighting with everything else that's happening. Kept the mantle original piece. The detailing here matches throughout the room, which is really beautiful. And then we added this antique mirror detailing up top, which I just think amplifies the amount of light that you get in this room, which is incredible. We did these two seating areas that you could sit with just one friend and feel it was like it's an intimate setting, but then you could host a lot of people in here as well.
Absolutely.
So I think it really turned out beautifully. It really felt good with nothing in it.
Yeah.
That's how beautiful this room is. And now that we've added all of these pieces, it really comes together.
Oh, I agree.
I hope they say my masterpiece is loving you. I'm loving you, baby. Loving you, darling.
Oh man, the living room feels right. I can't stop looking at it as all the molding and the plaster in that room. That room is really where I walked in and felt the history of the house and how long it's been here. Because to see that stuff cleaned up and looking the way it looks now, I mean, that room should have a TV. You know, that should be the room where you can go and you can contemplate if you're by yourself, or you could, you know, entertain in there, but you don't need any other distractions. You got enough beauty in there.
Time
like a wave crashing into the shore. You wash away my dreams. Time, why you walk away like a friend with some